Good afternoon, traders. This is Tony D from Easymarkets in Sydney. A little update for those just coming back from Easter. You've seen a lot of volatility has happened already in the market during the US session last night. Some very heavy selling coming through in the stock markets as they reacted to these new tariffs that China's put on the US in retaliation for the steel tariffs. So 3 billion worth of tariffs have come across on 120 products, mostly smaller products, bit of pork, meat, and fresh fruit. Now that has led to fears that the trade war is back on. Still very sharp selling, over 500 points, and the market under pretty heavy selling pressure under the 200-day moving average as well right now. So there is a lot more selling perhaps to come. If the bear market feel gets a grip of traders over in the US session, then the room for the Dow to drop is significant. If we look back in the weekly, we came a long way last year under the Trump tax plan, and now the pullback that's in play, while the uncertainty is in play, also Amazon and Facebook are not helping at all. Sentiment towards those two huge companies has switched quite negative. So there's a few things going on that's helping the stocks go down, but mainly when sellers are getting paid and selling rallies is working out, that can form a habit. And just like in the currencies, if the market's in a downtrend, the way to make money is to keep selling. So that's adding to this selling pressure. And while the uncertainty of the trade war is in the backdrop, you won't have too aggressive buying coming through right now. It's too much uncertainty. So downside is prevailing, and now that's helping the US dollar be strong. Against the Aussie dollar was the preferred way of playing this, but you got to be careful in terms of day-to-day bounces. If we got back above 77, that would be a little bit surprising, given that China-US trade war talk should be played out most simply via Aussie short down, because Aussie is the proxy for China. Now that is, if it doesn't work out, then you have to ask yourself what's going on. Don't be stubborn about it. Just react to the new market correlations. But yeah, look, it definitely was selling in the US session. Has stabilized so far in the Asian session. 76.50 has been too strong a support so far. In terms of the euro, also just looking at the weekly there, but also the euro is under pressure. So the US dollar is getting a bid from that safe haven flow coming through from the selling in the stocks, and that's helping it remain supported against the euro. Now some can argue that the euro will be better off than both China and the US if they went to trade war between those two currencies, those two countries. Then Europe's left alone and sort of the safe place to put your money. So far the market isn't playing that correlation or that story or that theme yet, so you have to react to what the latest is on the ground, and that is that the euro's succumbing to US dollar strength. Same with the pound, which has pulled back as stocks have fallen and is sitting just above that 140 level. A little bit of psychological support at that level. Is struggling to make that strong uptrend continue, but we'll see if it can bounce off that 140 in the coming days, and then start will resume the uptrend from these better prices. But so far, if stocks continue to fall, then it's struggling to get its head above water against the US dollar at the very least. Maybe better to play the pound if you're really bullish on it post-Brexit deal via against the Australian dollar or the Kiwi dollar or the Canadian dollar. So they're all in play to the downside. All right, Bitcoin had an interesting weekend. Now while we went down to retest those lows, down to 6.5. Now it's back up above 7. So watching that develop pretty closely. If it puts in double bottom, that's going to get more buyers coming back into the market. But sentiment's definitely fragile in Bitcoin and cryptos. You can see the cryptos, both Ethereum and Ripple, underneath key levels and providing a little bit of more negativity. Downtrends are very stable, very gentle. Very hard to be excited about that as a buyer. No big candles to get you back in the market to help you start buying. Will help others get back in. So Ethereum especially is definitely almost pulled back most of its huge gains from December last year. Alright traders, if you want to have a chat with me about any particular pairs or what's going on in the trade war and what to be watching out for in the coming days, give us a call on the numbers below. If you're not a member of the Easymarkets dealing room and want to have a dealer like myself to assist you with your trading, you can find the link below.